It's called A Letter. To the girl who is wide awake in her bed at 3 a.m., tossing and twisting as all the thoughts like quicksand pour and drop in, you feel the smothering, stifling wickedness of the world and the reality strangling as the anticipation is coming. Swallowing around your mind toxic thoughts, words, miserable memories, and ideas all drumming, until 3 becomes 4, crawling to 5, then turning to 6 because your mind can't even imagine finding peace. Why are these demons plaguing and wreaking havoc with your attention for free? They did not sign some kind of agony-laced lease. The marks of pain you bear to witness and etch into your skin are not erasable. You do not realize the potential in your heart, your mind, your life are irreplaceable. You deserve to be able to breathe easy, like carefree air sliding over the silence of a stilled lake. Because the more happiness you fake, you risk the chance of your own heartbreak. And it's too much for one girl, even a strong lioness of a girl, to take. To the girl who writes suicide letters to her loved ones, until tears are descending and collapsing so that the lines are no longer lines but runs. Trails of shedding, burning, ignited memories and overflowing powerful emotion, dripping, spreading, churning with the volatile strength of the ocean. You write all the horrible things you have ever witnessed or been through, and how there is only now and only one thing left for you to do. You grab a pen and a paper and spill the world of your turmoil-infested history, because you crave someone, anyone out there in the universe to be listening. You're so sick of being shoved into the shadows and no one ever seeing the agony you stitch to your skin you wear so blatantly, and you want to scream and claw and rip out the traps and shout, how can they not see that you were so painfully, continuously, absolutely losing your mind? How can they not look into your tormented eyes and find the buried pain and sorrows with tombstones all in granite lines? How can the ones who claim they love you not see the fine print signs, so you fester and you combust and you write about all the things you believe you will never live to do? And the next day you get up because even if your fight fizzles out, there is still a spark in you. To the girl who is on the scale 5 times a day, who will step on and off and on and off and on and off like there is some frickin' way you could have gained or lost 5 pounds in an hour or 2 or 3, and you want this demon to loosen its grips, to accept your flesh as it is, to be free, but it's always grinding in your brain, digging deep until you are numbers, and numbers are your only possible name, like having a real body is pinned on you for blame, and that having a body that's not size 3 is something to shame, like this 3-digit number will define the weight of your worth of who you are as a whole, and you aren't worth anything until you are blessed with a 2-digit bone and skin goal. You do not think you are pretty because you don't look like magazines or cheerleaders or Hollywood stars. You pinch your shirts to see if you've gained weight because numbers matter except for counts of scars. You stalk your pictures dating back a few years and measure your body with obsessive scrutiny. Like any extra inch here and there is a mind-wrenching, anxiety, explosive impurity. So food becomes bites, calories, water, flavorless gum, and fingers become new backstabbing friends, using inspiration pictures, tips on weight loss videos, and toilet seats to hold your head, as if you were worth more if there was less of your body. But your body is not who you are, but only your body. The weight of who you are as a person is immeasurable, and no scale can factor in a smile, a kind whisper, the hug you gift someone dear. Your number on a relevant scale is only a measurement on this earth's atmosphere. You are a spirit, a soul, a beautiful mind with dreams, goals, and aspirations that transcend a measured definition. You are made the way you are to be appreciated, adored, admired as a unique individual creation. To the girl who is constantly at war with self-doubt, demons, and toxic thoughts, that can only hear a compliment without cringing, and your stomach managing to bunch the tip of your tongue with, I'm not. You strive to be perfect, and if you fall short of unreachable excellence, you punish yourself brutally. You don't raise your hand when you know the answer, then beat yourself up for acting stupidly. You erase and erase and erase because you couldn't be right, could you? No, it can't be that. You're overthinking and anxious, even though you know there's no cause, you're still fraying at the edges. That's a fact. You think your body is fueled on idiocy and plugged into stupid. You don't do what you dream of and only allow yourself to hope because you're afraid of what you could ruin. You want to win, but you hold yourself back because you're too afraid of losing. You run off to be alone because you can only collapse at the seams on your own. You hold yourself when you cry because no one else is there, and when you do it by yourself, you say you are strong, you are grown. You feel that gaping hole in your heart that you feel rips you apart, and you try not to know that no one is there. And all you ever wanted was for someone to care. But whether it's intentional or not, you hold your arms out and keep those who can heal far away, because you're so afraid of what they might do or what they could say or how they could judge you. To the girl who in her bones feels she has no one who can help, because all the people who have tried or not tried at all, so you have to help yourself. The people who just get lost and don't know what to do, so it makes you feel worse and like something is incredibly wrong with you. The people who send you emojis when you say that you're breaking inside. That makes you wonder if they would even notice or even blink if you died. The people who don't know what to do with a depressed version of you, so they're pissed. So on top of the twists of heartache you suffer from, you add on the rupturing of verbal fists, the blistering phrase, I'm your friend, not your frickin' therapist. Then there's the people who don't say anything at all when you tell them you want it all to end. And with their blank silence and ignoring your cries, you realize they don't even deserve the term friend, because you say you wish you were dead and they get a head start in acting like you are 8 feet under. You feel like the love for someone else could be the sweetest gift of all, or at least a hug. Could you at least get a hug, or is that order too tall? When you're curled up and crying and wishing for someone to come to you and just ask, are you okay? But honey, sweet girl, there's only you. So today is the day you realize the only one who needs to love you is you. You poor soul, because in your chest is a poison, a gaping hole that only you can fill, that only you can feel. No one can love you like you need to love yourself. You can have sisters, brothers, girlfriends, boyfriends, but would you ever tell them anything you tell yourself in your head? How can you love yourself when you are your biggest bully, constantly tearing yourself to pieces or scraps? When all that energy you drain yourself, you could spend poring over constellations and maps. All the wasted time you spend always ticking it away with the venom running in your mind, telling you that you aren't good enough. But you, my dear, are worth a galaxy of stars, the universe, and you are soft as well as tough. You are right now planted in shit, but it is the best fertilizer for self-growth. So when you rise up and bloom, it will be the most amazing thing to behold and to know. Because you grew when no one thought you would, in the darkness and the cold, in a world of wickedness. There were times on your journey that you were crying hurt and bent over at your waist in sickness. But now you are standing, you are rising, and you are looking in that reflection and not seeing a girl who haunts your everyday life, but the woman who is strong, independent, and loved by not just her friends, but herself, and she no longer relies on fingers or a knife to get her through the rough days that leave her haggard and aching for something more. Instead, she is letting people in, letting the love spread through her garden, and the cracks of cement welcome a rainpour. Because the broken pieces of her heart are now filled with wildflowers, which may not be pretty to some, but damn it, it's beautiful in a place where the only thing that existed was pain. So right now, you sweet girl, you feel alone in this big wide ocean world, and like you might be leading up to insane. But you, my galaxy, my shooting star, are only just beginning. And life's a game, and you, my dear, will be winning, because the world may feel against you, but that's because you deserve a fair fight. So I hope, I wish, I dream, I pray that this poem causes a spark to arise a fire in you tonight, where you will take no shit from people who step on you and tell you that your bloom isn't living up to the right expectations. But that's because that when you shoot up, your roots from your agony will shatter all their petty, prejudice-filled foundations. You didn't give up on watering the soul of yours with life, so you can live a life full of wild sensations. You will live a life that will send your lungs craving only the purest of air, and have love so deep that you will ride the wave of romantic declarations. You will reach for the sky and walk on the moon, because your limitations are non-existent. Because you amazing, strong-willed warrior, are everything as well as fiercely persistent. You will look in the mirror and see a light in your eyes, and it will glimmer and wave, because there is a girl in there that you decided to tend to and save. You didn't let her curl up and die. You lifted her up and told her she will find a home inside her ribcage. You did not let her close the book and shred it. You made her cry, learn to smile, and turn the other page. You are made to live a life worth living, have air worth breathing, love that spreads over peaked mountains, and find peace with that girl in the mirror. You will be a girl no longer, but a woman that makes the world tremble, who gives kindness with no cost, and all the demons will fear her. So the girl who right now is teasing death with quick fleeting seconds of indecision and questions. So the girl who is only on the brink of the cliff of living life at the fullest of life's lessons. Do not sign that contract when you have so much beautiful time left on your hourglass. Do not let the demons in your head or in your life or your past weigh you down and make you sink so that you never have the chance to even breathe because of the dragging of the cement. You deserve to love yourself, to love your life, to breathe the purest of air, and witness how the world can be content.